Dotto, the lesson written by Lata Jagtiani. Brainstorming. What is patriarchy? Do you feel there are gender issues, inequality in the way children, boys and girls are served at the dinner table? Why is a girl always asked give in an argument with brother or male sibling? Even with recent changes in law, is a property being distributed among daughters and sons equally? Major decisions have to be taken in life. Look at the author's picture. She was born and brought up in Mumbai. Lata Jahitani has done her MA in English Literature and Aesthetics from Mumbai University. Currently, she lectures in creative writing at KC College, a postgraduate college of journalism. She writes spiritual columns in the Times of India and DNA Mumbai. Proficient in several languages, she is author of books like Temple Bells and Other Stories, Towards Light Bhagavad Gita in 365 Days, and Sindhi Reflections. She loves to dream, read, swim, and travel both in India and abroad. The suspense was finally over. At last, the Tenecraft had died at the age of 78 after long illness. The immediate family members arrived at the appointed time. The reading of the will was to take place at Sohrab Sahib's office at the Oval. Sahib read the will out and was heard without interruption, except for Deepa, from whose arm her handbag had dropped. Nothing unusual had happened. They were neither surprised nor alarmed. And to Deepa, my daughter, who is 26, I leave the sum of 7 lakhs, which is already nominated to her in the form of Reserve Bank of India bonds. The rest of the estate, as I have already outlined, must be divided equally among my 4 sons. Signed, Suresh. Almost as soon as Sahib folded and set aside the will, Rakesh, Suresh's firstborn, stretched his leg forward, yawned out aloud, lazily gathered his briefcase, and straightened his shirt. The other 3 quickly pushed their chairs back, stood up, and went towards the door. When they reached the door, Rakesh stood up. They thanked Sahib and shook hands with him before leaving. Sahib turned to see Deepa still seated. Her chair faced the window that overlooked the beautiful oval maiden. The sky was overcast and the downpour seemed imminent. The maiden, however, was bustling. A one-day cricket match was being played, which Deepa was watching attentively. She heard loud cry all the way up to the 6th floors. Out, out. The whole team jumped in the jubilation as it turned to search the umpire's face for confirmation. The overweight man in the white coat and broad sun hat slowly raised his right forefinger amid louder cries of joy and cheer. The crestfallen batsman started to walk away from the crease and out of the playing field. His head hung low. Another enthusiastic batsman took his place at the crease. He readied himself to face the blower, while the blower began to face back, ruffling to hail vigorously on his thing, preparing for the attack. Dad, even I want to join your office. When can I start? She had asked him after she had graduated in commerce. Her percentage had been higher than that of her 4 brothers. Her father had continued to eat his paratha and tahi and ignored her question. Every time she had asked him, it had been the same. She had studied for a postgraduate degree and then a diploma in marketing management. Her qualification didn't qualify her. Yeah, you sure did he? Gopal, her newly married brother, now asked. She would no longer call him Robin. He had always been Robin to the post batsman. But now he was married and further there. Ashok and Sunil said nothing as they left Saheb's cabin. They were generally moody, but today they were in good spirits. Thank God. Deepa thought today I wouldn't be able to concern myself with their troubles. Surah Safi picked up the vibrating cell phone. Yes, surely, but of course I'm with some clients now. Let me call you back, okay? They left and only Saheb and Deepa remained. He knew what was going on her mind, but what could he do? He remembered the day Suresh had invited him to the draft club to tell him that he wanted to draw up his will. When he had heard his childhood friend share the details with him, he had been aghast. Suresh had nodded in irritation. What's wrong? She has her job at the travel agency that's paying her 10,000 rupees a month, along with an expense amount. She won't need more than this. Why are you asking me this? He had asked in annoyance. But she has been good to you. Nah, remember when Babaji passed away, you told me that she would be your walking stick on old age. Are you forgotten? He had stopped. It was not going well. Suresh's face was getting increasingly tight. He would see from the clenched cheek muscles. It was not good idea to argue with him. He added quickly, anyway, forget it. Suresh had lifted his glass of beer and said, cheers. Now, when can you have it all ready for me? Tomorrow my peon will drop it to your office. No, will come by and pick up myself. Cash, property, asset, the office, cars, jewels, and farmhouse. He dialed his home. It's me, beta. What is my impulse granddaughter doing just now? Playing. Come on, get ready. I'm coming right now to take you for a bonnet ride. Yes, and ice cream later. Don't laugh, screams into my eyes. I am leaving. I want to be alone with you. I want nobody else with us. I love you, beta. He smiled as he put the cell phone down. He heard the bell ring again. He made an excuse his secretary and left the office. He sat back in the quiet air-conditioned car. The traffic was crawling. 5 minutes later they reached Nariman Point. The signal turned red. There was a pile of herd. He stared out of his window and saw the rain coming down in street. So this is a very brief summary of the lesson.